Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about preparing for a social event, a time when you know you're going to be surrounded by good food and dessert and alcohol and lots of temptations, and it's very social, and so you're going to feel like you want to participate. Today I just want to give you a few tricks of how to properly prepare for those kind of events. You shouldn't feel like you can't go or you should dread them, because they're a lot of fun and there are a lot of things that you can do to prepare ahead of time so that it doesn't hurt your results quite so much to go and have a good time at those kind of events, especially during the holidays where you have all kinds of holiday parties back to back, and you're seeing family and friends and work commitments and all of those things together. So the week of the event, I want you to take your calories and cut them by 50 to 100 calories a day less, right? So pull a little bit of, like, make your starch a little bit smaller, cut a starch completely from one of your meals, change a snack up, just so you're eating a little bit less calories. Ideally from a carbohydrate. If you have a banana every day, cut the banana in half. That's 40 calories right there. So little changes will give you those extra calories at the end of the week so that you're not doing quite as much damage if you do happen to overeat one day. Okay, also during the week, consume lots and lots of water. You want to make sure that you're well hydrated and your salt intake is also really low. Make sure you get all your workouts in leading up to the week, and also try and add in an extra session of cardio too. That extra calorie burn is only going to help you in the long run. It's never going to hurt, right? So shoot for 20 minutes, any kind of cardio. Just get out there and get your heart rate up. You can do a steady state, just go for a power walk or jog, or you can do some high intensity stuff and burn a few more calories. So the day of your event, make sure you get your workout in. You want to get that sweat on. It puts you in the right mindset to be healthier and make more conscious decisions. And you're also still pushing towards your goals and burning those calories for the day. Make sure you're drinking lots and lots of water all day long. Try and cut your carbs completely in the morning and afternoon, because you know that most likely you're going to have carbohydrates at night, right? Whether it be in the form of like a potato or a side dish, or alcohol is considered a carbohydrate. You want to just cut them from your morning pretty much completely if you can. So focus on protein and lots of veggies early in the day. Make sure that you pack a healthy snack to bring with you. So a protein bar, nuts and seeds, and a cheese stick, anything like that will really help you in case you get those extra cravings, or you feel like you're still hungry, or you get to the event and what they are serving is just things that would just be terrible for you or make you feel sick, and you just don't plan on eating them. So make sure you pack some snacks and then eat a full meal before you go. Even if you're going to an event that's based around food, eat a meal before you go so that you don't get there and you're starving and surrounded by all of these delicious and tempting foods, right? And also make sure that you're tracking your food ahead of time. So use your MyFitnessPal, track the calories that you had for that day already, and then plan out in a generalization what you think you're going to consume for the day and how many calories you have left to actually use at that party, right? So you go to the party and there's lots of appetizers out. Usually people are drinking, socializing. So if you can, completely skip the appetizers unless they have something out like veggies, cheese cubes, little things like that. You can munch on that a little bit if you feel like you're being social by doing so. But in general, it leads to mindless snacking, and you're already going to have a meal later. And ideally, you just ate before you left, right? So you really don't need those appetizers. Try and just stay away from them completely, and it'll save you the calories. Also, with that being said, try not to congregate or hang out near the food table. If you're talking with people who are right next to the food table, a lot of times it's very easy to just reach down, grab a snack, grab a bite of something, and you don't want to have any of those temptations around you. So try and pull your crowd away from the food table and sit down somewhere where you have to actually forcibly get up to go get something to eat. Make sure you're watching your portion control. So the best way to do this, and kind of a little trick I found, is to use a smaller plate than what they offer. So if they give you like a regular sized dinner plate, use a salad plate instead. Choose a bowl, anything you can find that's smaller, or cut your plate in half and only fill half the plate, right? So you're just drawing an invisible line down the middle of your plate and you can only fill half of it. That will help you with portion control and also not loading up your plate. You don't have to take everything that's offered, and you also don't have to fill your plate completely, even if it is like a buffet style meal, which it often is. People tend to way overeat. Everything looks good and your eyes are way bigger than your stomach, and you just don't need that much food, right? You're not going to get anything out of it other than drowsiness, fatigue, and potentially an upset stomach. So choose a smaller plate and watch your portion control, and then really make an effort to go somewhere to sit down to eat, right? Instead of standing and talking and eating and doing a bunch of other things at the same time, focus on your meal and chew slowly. So eat slowly, really focus on enjoying what you're consuming, and eat your small portion first, let it settle, and if you feel like you still want more, then you can always go back and choose out the protein and healthier options, or you can always have that snack that you packed. So make sure that you keep that in mind as well, right? The other thing you want to make sure you're doing is limiting alcohol. Alcohol sneaks up on you very fast in terms of calories, and it also makes you hungry, and it gives a lot of people the munchies and makes them want to go and snack and crave sugary or salty or carbohydrate type foods. Really try and stay away from the alcohol. If you can completely eliminate it, do that. If not, cut back aggressively. We're talking 1 to 2 drinks through the entire event. Focus on wine, you metabolize it better, or any liquor with a 0-calorie mix. You'll metabolize those things faster, and they're lower calories to start. They're about 80 calories a serving. So liquor is going to be 80 calories per ounce, and wine is about 80 calories per every 4 to 5 ounces depending on the wine. And try and stay away from any of like the beers, the mixed drinks, anything frozen or pre-made or anything like that that has added sugars and sweets. Not only will make you crave more sugar, spikes your blood sugar and makes it harder for you to metabolize the food that you currently are eating. So try and stay away from those things, and also skip dessert altogether. Bring a protein bar that's chocolate flavored if you feel like you have to have dessert. Have a bite off someone else's plate if you're like dying to try it, but really try and stay away from getting your own dessert, because you're most likely going to eat it and it's just unnecessary calories. And by that time, it's usually real late in the day. You don't need the sugar rush, right? You don't need the carbohydrates or the sugar that comes with desserts. And you also probably should be cutting off your food anyways by that point. So just try and skip it completely. Go in thinking you're not going to have dessert, you don't need it, it's probably not worth it of all the things. You want to make sure that you're cutting off your food intake early enough. So ideally it should be the same as it is throughout the week. So if you shoot for between 7 and 8 o'clock to cut off your food intake, try and keep it the same even if you're at a social event. So you're not hungry, you're telling your body that it's okay, you're done for the day, you don't need any more. It should already be used to that system. And so what happens is then you're fasting for longer, right? You're giving yourself, 1, less opportunity to eat junk food because you're not eating anymore. You don't need any more for the night, right? And 2, you're fasting for longer. What happens is a lot of these events is people eat very late because food tends to stay sitting out. And so they munch and snack and don't even think about it and eat way later than they should be. And then you feel lousy, you're fatigued, you're very tired, and your body spends the entire night trying to digest all of this excess food that you've consumed instead of dealing with it early on while you're still moving around and being active. And by the time you go to sleep, you're already ahead of schedule, right? Or technically on schedule for what you would normally be. Also, if they have activities going on, if there are people playing games or out walking around or swimming or whatever it may be, get involved. Just so that you get up and you get moving, right? That extra burn will help with your digestive system. It helps you burn more calories. It helps you just keep moving around and flushing your system out. And it's good for you anyways. Eat the things that you love. Just make sure you're focusing on portion control and you don't go into it starving, and try not to overdo it on the appetizers and the desserts, and also watch your alcohol intake. And then the next day, you should just get right back on track, right? So you're getting your workout in the next day, lots and lots of water the next day to help continue to flush your system, and your calories are right back on track. So don't feel like you have to starve or punish yourself the next day either, right? You planned for it, you handled it appropriately, you didn't overeat or overdo it, and the next day you get right back on track with your schedule, and you shouldn't have any problems and still be able to reach your results for that week. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you check out the links in the description below. Thanks guys, and see you next time.